Welcome to round four in Spain today, guys. We've got a tricky track lined up for you today. It's a very quick track, but also very dangerous for the drivers. So we got two DRS zones on this track, and I'm going to take you right through to the track introductions.
Round 5 of the World Championship brings the Formula One teams back to Europe and the Spanish Grand Prix. This versatile track is the preferred test venue for Formula One teams due to its range of demands. There are 16 corners on this 4.6 kilometre circuit. Average speed is not high at 195 kilometers an hour, but it's 60% full throttle, and the long turn 3 takes its toll on the tyres. Overtaking was always tough here until the introduction of DRS zones. So let's enjoy a lap with last year's pole sitter, Lewis Hamilton.
And we are back. Welcome today to round 4 of 11, Spain today. And with me is my guest commentator, as always, Ruan Bronkhorst. Welcome, Ruan.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me again, Quentin. Yeah, we can already see some guys out on the track already, some time set actually.
Yeah, we got my new driver that I was speaking about last week as well, Rafael Martins, that's now part of the Prema team. Looking forward to seeing what he does. Currently, he's set the fastest time, so yeah, looking forward to seeing how he does today.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very exciting just to see him. Do you have a driver card for him? Yes, there we go.
Yeah, so currently there's obviously no stats for him as this is his debut race.
Yes.
But yeah, you can see he's pushing very hard there. But he's signed up for a contract for 100,000. So yeah, we'll see how he does. Good luck to him today.
Yeah, I think you scored a bargain there, seeing he put in the fastest lap already.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, definitely the Ferrari and Prema team has gone through its ups and downs, but hopefully we've managed to get some good drivers now for the remainder of this season, as we're only in round 4 of 11 for this season. So hopefully we can see a comeback here from Ferrari's and Prema's side.
Yeah, that'll be good to see, definitely.
And now
As
we've
we-
got Ruan out on track there as well. I'll quickly bring up your track, your
Yes.
driver card there. So you've currently already have one race win and 2 podiums for the season. Your career earnings for the season so far is $477,000. You can see that you do pretty good at qualifying with an 18 out of 20 and races 17 out of 20. So you always among the top runners there. Well done there, Ruan. You're currently second overall for the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been putting in the seat time and just trying to improve myself.
So your main rival and nemesis for the season, it seems to be, is Dennis, that's currently on first.
Definitely, yes. Now I've been battling to try and keep up with Dennis and improve so I can keep my pace up with him. Yeah, we can see Rafael. I mean, he's just blistering fast. It's almost it's 8/10 of a second quicker than I am right there.
Another debut driver here on screen right now is Charles Clark, driving for
Brilliant.
HWA Racing, teamed up with Josh Nutt.
Oh, finally, Josh has a teammate. I'm happy
Finally.
for him there. Yes, finally.
Excited to see how Charles is going to do. And judging by his current qualifying time, currently in third, he definitely seems
Oh,
to
he just
be
pushed me down.
a threat to the guys up in this division.
Yeah,
Currently in
and
second place. Well done, Charles.
yeah, well done. Brilliantly done there.
It's always good when you get some new blood in the league and they immediately step up and challenge the front runners.
Definitely, and it throws everything off a little bit. So usually you've got a guy that's dominating the races, and if you get some new blood in, they challenge these new guys, and it stirs things up a little bit.
Absolutely, it's exciting to watch though. Okay, so
Definitely
currently
exciting.
we've had about half of the grid already set lap times. We still have a couple of guys that are waiting and biding their time.
Yes.
What do you think are the chances for MP Motorsports today at Spain?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's difficult to say. Obviously, this is my team, so I've got to root for them.
Yeah,
But
you
you can
guys
never say.
obviously being the F2 leaders at this point in time.
Definitely, yes. Yeah, it's difficult to say. Some tracks, some guys are faster, some tracks guys are slower. It's going to be difficult to say.
We see Reese also, your teammate, has not set a time yet. I'm hoping he
Yes,
does better today. I bet you're secretly also rooting that he does well.
for sure, definitely, yes.
Another new guy that also joined us from South Africa, Dylan Anthony. This is also his debut race. He's stepping up into the driver one slot there for Carlin Racing.
Oh, great. Welcome there, Dylan. Yeah, let's see what he can do. Currently on board with him. He's
Yeah,
out and looks like his fourth lap.
he scored himself a $150,000 contract for that driver's seat, so that's not too bad. I hope he does well this season. He's going to be
Yes.
teamed up today with Harvey, who's actually the team principal over at Red Bull Racing. So
Okay.
Harvey is stepping in for or for a teammate that could not make it for this race. So good to have you on
Okay.
board here, Harvey, as we see him
Definitely,
on
yes.
screen as well.
Yeah, and he just took fourth position there. It's good to see the full set of these Carlin cars out there.
Absolutely.
I think this,
Oliver currently in fifth place there, and then followed by Mohammed sixth and Jamie in seventh. V is also now set a time of 2 minutes, but I'm guessing he obviously had some issues on his lap.
it does
There
seem
we
like
go.
that.
Now he's in fourth place.
Ooh, Harvey going
Let's
a little bit
quickly
wide.
bring
Seems
up
like
V's card there.
yes.
So he's on a $110,000 contract. He's currently in 13th position. He's scored 4 points for the season so far in the previous 3 rounds. His qualifying is 16, so that's definitely in the upper 3 quarters. And then he tends to do a little bit worse in races, it seems, scoring a 12 out of 20.
So it might be that he has some bad luck during races so far.
Absolutely. Currently, we've got Mohammed on screen there now. Let me quickly bring up his card so we can discuss him. So Mohammed is currently, he's one of the top 3 guys at the moment on 49 points and an $850,000 contract for the season. We can see that he's scored himself a win and 1 podium for the season so far. So he's definitely also a threat to you guys for this race. But he tends to be only in the top 3 quarters of qualifying, scoring a 15 out of 20, and also with the races. So he seems to be, he has good races and bad races then, I guess, with that average.
It does seem like that, yes. So you're on board with V right now. Let's see if V, because we just discussed him. Let's see what he can do, what time he puts in.
Alright,
Oh, and it goes into the
bails
pits.
on that lap.
Mohammed's still on his out lap.
I would expect to see Mohammed round about fourth or fifth. I'm guessing, if he's usually quite quick.
Yes, no, for sure. Especially with it seems like the two newcomers, Rafael and Charles, are putting in there. Those times are quite quick.
Yeah, we got a couple of debuts in this race. I mean, it's Rafael, Charles, and Dylan as well. Not
Yes,
even to mention our team principal making an appearance there, Harvey as well. So yeah, a couple of new guys and new faces for the viewers.
yes, no, for sure. And like we said earlier, it's stirring things up. Like you said, Mohammed usually comes in and say fourth or fifth. This might mean that he might even start lower down in the grid, maybe taking a sixth or seventh position.
Yeah, definitely. The guys are going to have to, pull up their socks and, raise the bar a little bit for the rest of the remainder of this season.
Definitely.
Apologies for the overlay here, quick. I believe Jordan Tolmay, I sent an invite there. I wonder if he's going to actually be able to race today.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
no.
that was bad.
He completely missed his braking point there and went off the track.
Yeah,
It
that
looks
was
like he'll be able
unfortunate.
to nurse it back to the pits, though.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't DNF there. See Harvey back out. He's very, very close to V there. Only like 400ths of a second. Dennis still in the
Dennis is
pits.
still in the pits. I wonder if they're having technical difficulties there, as he's still. It's weird that he has not set a time.
Yeah. I know Dennis usually likes to throw in a little sneaky last lap, taking pole position.
Yeah, not revealing his hand till the last minute.
Exactly.
Now we've got your teammate here, Reese Russell, out on track.
Yeah. Can you bring up his card
Yeah,
for us?
sure.
There
Here we
we
go.
go.
So Reese is currently on ninth position on 18 points on a $520,000 contract for the season. He's qualifying, he's scoring about a 12 out of 20 on that skill rating, and he's racing about a 13 out of 20. So he's just above, I would say, midfield. Currently on average, he has scored himself I think that was a round one podium. So he definitely does have the pace, but he's been a little bit inconsistent, I think.
Yeah, I think he's been having some issues. I think he's been struggling with certain tracks and getting the grip down, and yeah, just trying to keep it consistent. And these F2 cars aren't F1 cars; they are much more difficult to drive than the F1 cars, and it takes it some time to get used to these cars as well.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. It does look like a pretty decent lap for him so far, as he hasn't set a time, and so can't really see if he's improving in his time or not.
Yeah, we
But
should
hopefully,
see him in at least the top 10 qualifying position.
no, definitely. If I remember, round one was Bahrain, and I was struggling to keep up with Reese, and I mean, so he's got the base to be top three. Just that,
And Ruan,
yeah.
you're currently in third place there, so really well done there. It'll be interesting to see if you can capitalize on that good qualifying position.
Yeah, that's gonna be. It's gonna
Somebody
be.
has gone off track
think.
there in sector 2. It does look like that could be Reese that's actually left the track there.
I do think it's Reese. Yes, does seem like that. Yeah, yeah, it was Reese because I just passed him.
Struggling to get back on track, and then they're slowly starting to get going again.
There we go.
Yeah, that's unfortunately one of these things. I don't know if it's a lack of preparation, but guys do need to prep quite a lot for these cars. They are tricky, and you can't just hop in and expect you're going to do well. They're so much different than the F1 cars that you actually do need to sit, put the seat time in and put in the work.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, usually for a practice, I try to put in between 50 and 100 laps if I have the time. just to get used to the track and what the car does around the track and get the proper setup.
Yeah.
'Cause you're especially with for a race setup, because your race setup and a time trial setup are two completely different things.
So after Spain, we've got a little bit of a break. I believe a 2 week break or a 1 week break, and then we got Monaco coming up in round 5. Are you looking
The
forward to
traded one.
Monaco there, Ruan, or is that one of your dreaded? Let's just get it over with tracks.
A few months ago, if you asked me about Monaco, I hated that track and I would have probably skipped out. But after practicing and playing on that track a little bit, I started getting used to it and I actually enjoy it. It's a very satisfying track if you get it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do look forward to Monaco, to be honest.
Yeah, like the guys say, I'll be on my rubber ducky there in the bay, and I'll be viewing the track, viewing the track side, seeing what you guys get up to. Oh, we see Lisa
And
off track again. He seems to be having trouble with that corner. That's the second time he's gone off on that corner there.
it does seem like that. And he was improving on his time.
Oh
Okay.
no,
Oh,
those tires are now rubbish.
yeah. You can throw them away, waiting there for Jamie to pass.
Yeah, and that's a problem, because on the F2 cars you don't get that many set of tires. I think you got
No, you
one
don't.
set of softs and one set of mediums, and like you gotta kind of like make them work. And you mentioned in the last round as well that the set of tires that you did not qualify on, you actually start the sprint race on. Is that
That's
correct?
correct. That's correct, yes. So with this track, you have two compounds. You've got the softs and the hards. So if you set your fastest lap, your qualifying lap on softs, you will start on the hards on the sprint race, and vice versa.
What do you think is going to be a better strategy? I mean, to have the soft tires for the shorter race or for the longer feature race?
Um, I think because the sprint race is usually so short, to have the softer compound and the faster compound, it is better to have that for the short race.
Yeah, I've seen most of the guys that have gone out have actually done their qualifying lap on the soft, so I think everybody is pretty much on the same strategy here.
That's correct, yes.
I haven't seen anybody really mix it up so that we can see the variety and strategy there, really.
Mm,
Reese there in 10th place. He's finally put in a lap time, but yo, it's not a great one.
yeah. I think right now, I'm not sure. I think I'm one of the only ones that's only done a hard lap, a hard compound time for the qualifyings
We see
so
one
far.
of the Universiosi guys off there in Sector 2 again on that same
Oh,
corner that Reese has gone off as well. So it does
yeah,
seem
it's
to be a little
Jamie.
bit of a tricky one, that one.
See if Mohammed can improve on his track. We see two Dames cars here with V not far behind Mohammed. I wonder if this is a strategy of theirs, trying to capitalize on some slipstream from each other.
Yeah, Jamie made his debut with us in what was that, round 2 in China or round 3 in China? Yeah, round 3 in
Around in
China.
China,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of Jamie, do you have we haven't seen his card yet, have we?
No, let's quickly bring him up there.
Yeah.
So he's on a $550,000 contract. He's currently scored himself 3 points from that one race, and he's in 18th position currently. Qualifying, he's scoring about 12 out of 20 as well as on race. So that's very similar to what we saw with Reese.
That's correct, yes. It does, yeah. Does seem that Mohammed did improve a little bit on his times.
Yeah. V is currently just outpacing him a little bit.
Mm.
But from what I can remember with the and
Oh,
Mohammed goes off. V tends to be better at qualifying and then be a little bit inconsistent in the races. So Mohammed might still end up beating his teammate on this one.
that's correct, yeah. But we also see V is out with on the hards.
And we got about 8.5 minutes. Oh, 1 minute left here on the. Sorry, this is a period of time where I actually got disconnected from the race. So that's why we
Oh,
had a loss of 6 minutes there.
Oh, I see the guys retire now from the session. Obviously, they're happy with their times. Dennis never set a time though.
Yeah, that's going to cost them having to start at the back of the grid. They were obviously
Mm.
having technical difficulties there in the pit lane.
Yeah,
Not
well,
sure, he must be furious at his mechanics not getting his car ready for him so that he could do a qualifying lap.
yeah, we actually just saw Rafael take a pole position from Charles again.
Fantastic work. I'm very pleased with my new driver. He's fantastic. I mean, coming out and setting a pole like this, I can expect great things from him with the remainder of the season.
Yeah, no, that was brilliantly done. Almost, it's what, 600s, 400s, 410s faster than Charles there. It's brilliantly done.
Yeah, 14th faster. That's brilliant.
Yeah, with the disconnection, we actually see that Oliver and V were managed to pass me. I'm now in fifth position instead of third.
Wow. Yeah, so no longer going to have that advantage that you had, but I'm sure that you're usually quite quick with the start, so you might still be able to capitalize if you get a good start.
Let's hope so, yes.
All right, now the qualifying time is run out, so we're just waiting for these couple of guys that are currently out on track to finish their current lap that they're on, and then we'll see the conclusion of the qualifying session.
One seeing
He's just abandoning his lap as there's no point
yeah,
really.
yeah. He's got the gap. He's got pole position. Well, there we go. Then he retired. Now we won't be able to see if anyone improved their times.
Yeah, I don't know. There we go.
There we go. Just too late. But
Just too late.
we'll have the boards up now, anyways. So what a debut from Rafael there, though, eh?
Very impressive.
Yeah, we can see he got pole position.
So
Charles also.
scoring himself those additional 4 points for Paul.
That's correct. Yeah, Charles making his debut, second place.
Yeah,
Oliver in
and
third.
our championship leader currently Dennis, who failed to even qualify. That's gonna really, work in your favor as well as Mohammed that are currently competing for the driver championship title with Dennis.
Definitely, but we actually also see Ockett in seventh position. That's really quick and well done to Ockett there. It seems like he's been struggling lately, and it seems like he's getting used to the F2 cars now.
Yeah, he's been gradually improving every race, and that's great to see.
Definitely. All right, so are we going to have the um,
Yeah, so now we're just getting everybody's getting ready, getting their stuff sorted out, and we'll see the guys get off on the grid soon to get the feature race started. So
yeah,
there'll
with the
be
formation lap?
there'll be a formation lap, and then the start of the feature race, and then thereafter there'll be a reverse grid of the top 8 guys for the shorter sprint race.
That's correct. So obviously, it does seem like Rafael being making his debut and setting a time like he did in qualifyings, he might be the new favorite.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely, he's obviously a couple of rounds behind, but if he keeps doing well, we might even see him being a title contender at the end of the season.
Most likely, yes. So I'm gonna have to fight hard to be one of the top three then. As we see the guys just doing their formation lap, trying to warm up their tires.
Yeah, Rafael leading them out.
Yeah. It seems Rafael is starting on the hards. It seems most of the guys will be. Charles is there. Couldn't see. No, it did seem like Charles is on the softs. Yes, so that's going to be interesting. I mean, Raphael was 4 tenths quicker in the qualifying than Charles, but obviously Charles having the faster compound. This is going to be a tough battle between these two.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see the exciting race coming. Does seem like Josh already got disqualified. That's unfortunate. Having with these cars having cold tires on the start is very, very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in that team at the moment. Josh has been really having troubles with his cars of late, and yeah, it's just been going from bad to worse. So hopefully, they'll be able to turn that around for him soon, maybe even in this round. And we should, well, hopefully we'll be able to see him improve again.
Yeah.
I believe he's used to driving on a keyboard, and then he transitioned to gamepad, and now he's on a steering wheel, but he's not quite comfortable with the wheel just yet, and he's been struggling with the sensitivity and the settings. So there's some growing pains involved, but hopefully he'll get back to his old self soon.
Definitely. And now on the tire details, you can actually see it's only Charles that's starting on the softs.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, he probably opted for the softs to get in front of Raphael, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guys are getting back to the grid. We've got everyone on the grid right now, so let's get ready for this race.
All right, we see the lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are on go.
Let's see what's happening here.
Really
Let's
good
go.
start there at the back, but some of them were lagging and sleeping. As we see a couple of position changes there, we can already see that Dennis has moved up 3 spots there. The front here, it's going quite exciting as we've seen Charles get around Raphael, so pushing him down to 2nd place. Great job there by an aggressive start there by Charles.
Yes. Yeah, I got a little bit of a shuffle going on there, but the top 5 seem to have stayed the same. I took 4th position just from Vida just now.
From what I could see, it was incident free the first couple of corners, so great job, guys.
It does seem like that, yes. We're very well done. Charles is just pulling away from the rest of the pack, obviously trying to get a gap from Raphael, knowing how quick he is as well.
Yeah, he definitely needs to take advantage of the soft tires while he's got them, and try and squeeze as much of a gap as he can out of them.
That's correct. We actually see 2 cars. We see Josh and Reese going off of track there in sector 2.
Oh no.
It's unfortunate. It seems like Josh is really struggling. He's not seeming to get back on track right now.
I mean, this is the first lap and he's already 18 seconds behind the guy, almost 30 seconds behind the guy in front of him.
Ooh, and it seems like I spun out just before, in sector 3. They're dropping me all the way down to 11th, 12th position right now.
Was that an incident, or was that a driver error?
There was an incident, yes.
Oh my word, now you're right back down there just behind your teammate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate for MP Motorsports, because they're currently the F2 leading constructor team, so yeah, so hopefully you guys can salvage that and get back.
Yeah, let's see if I can maybe fight my way back up the grid. We're seeing Mohammed and Harvey having a little battle going on around here, with Dennis very closely following them, trying to, obviously, if one of those two make a mistake, he's going to just pounce on them.
So just ignore the leaderboard. We know, as always, lap 3 is always the bit where the leaderboard loses its mind.
Yes.
But Charles is currently leading, followed by Raphael. There we go. The leaderboard's now sorted itself out. Oliver has made some great grounds there, currently in 3rd place.
Yeah, well done to Oliver there. Charles is just opening up now.
I'm just going to bring up Oliver's driver card there for us quickly. Look at that card. He's currently on 2 race wins, 2 podiums, 1 driver of the day, and twice he's scored fastest lap. And he's only on an $80,000 contract. So his team principal must be so delighted with him. And scoring 19 out of 20 and 20 out of 20 with his races, he is definitely one of the guys we should be looking out for this season.
Definitely, yeah. If you see season rank first, what does that mean there?
I
'Cause
think I think I didn't update him. His season rank there because he wasn't.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
sorry.
just ignore that little stat.
I thought it might have been some new stat that you brought up. So far, it's been quite exciting, but we are seeing some gaps starting to form now. See, Dennis moved up all the way up into seventh position, making up 6 positions already. He's fighting hard now.
Yeah, that's the Dennis I know. Yeah, he's not gonna let things just slide. He's not gonna be happy unless he gets a podium. He knows what's at stake
Definitely.
here. He's fighting for a championship win here. So
Definitely.
every single point he can get is gonna be, gold.
We saw V spun out there and giving Ockett and Dylan for them to be able to pass him, giving them the
You see, and
opportunity.
this is exactly something that I was speaking to earlier with regards to V. He's got the pace. He's definitely got the talent to be one of the main title contenders, but his consistency is, constantly letting him down. And there again, we
Definitely.
saw it. He was up into fourth place, great position, and he makes a mistake, and now he's being dropped down to ninth.
Yes.
So in future, V is definitely going to have to put in the time to get into that comfortable groove where, once you put in enough lap times with the car around a certain track, you'll start seeing that these little mistakes become fewer and fewer as well as you get more comfortable with the car. You know what the car does around each bend. You know where the limits are.
Oh, and
And
Oliver makes a mistake. Sorry for interrupting you there.
yeah, and Oliver was up into third, and he's now dropped to sixth place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Dennis making his way up until fifth position now. Wow, he is really pushing hard.
Yeah, these mistakes from the guys in front, he's have kind of, played to Dennis's hand.
Definitely, yes.
So Dennis needs two more gains, and then he'll be looking at another podium.
Yeah,
We didn't have Dennis's card out because he never
we
went
did
out,
not.
but let's quickly have a look at him. So he's currently in first on 79 points. He's scored 1 race wins and 4 podiums. That is insane. He's
That's
gotten
insane,
one
yes.
driver of the day and one fastest lap. He's currently qualifying. He will usually qualifies around first, second, so that's why his qualifying is so high. And then his race is he scores a 17 out of 20, which is quite high as well.
Yeah, I think that's on par with me. We're both scoring a 17 out of
So we
20.
see Ruan challenging Jamie there and getting past him. Very well done. Great move there, late braking and then taking advantage of the pressure that you put Jamie under.
Yeah, well, I was obviously trying to get back into top 3 positions there, so I'm really pushing hard now. But yeah, like just to add on to what you said earlier with V, I mean his debut race was for Formula One as a reserve driver in Bahrain, and he just slayed it there. If I remember correctly, he ended up in a podium position for Formula One, podium or fourth positions. He did really well against very quick guys. So it does seem like he's struggling a bit in the Formula Two car specifically.
And we see Harvey, the team leader there for Red Bull, currently in fourth position. Great job, for the
Yeah,
team principal there to step up like he is.
definitely. And if he can push a little bit harder, he's going to be inside of Mohammed Faizan's 3 second penalty right there, giving him a podium actually.
Yeah, these penalties, these guys really always have to, be so wary of them because they can really get costly. And look at
Definitely,
the
yes.
background there. We see Dennis already chasing up on Harvey.
Wow. Yeah, Dennis is just really pushing hard. Obviously, not being able to set a qualifying time, he needs to make up a lot of places now.
Yeah, because Dennis did tell me that with his practices, he was feeling comfortable that he had the pace on this track. So obviously there was some other issue in the pit lane, you know, causing him not to set a qualifying lap. But currently he's ripping this track to shreds there with the gains that he's
Definitely,
gone from last place and he's already up into fifth. And we're only on lap six
definitely.
right now. So we should see him challenge the front runners soon.
That's correct. Yes.
Oliver's still giving chase here. He's catching up a little bit to Dennis. Oliver does have the pace, so we should see him. Oh, look at that little bit of a mistake there by Dennis, and that gave Oliver a bit of run. Oh, it looks like it was actually a bit of a lag issue there.
It does seem like, yeah, it does seem like that. Yes.
Yeah, Dennis was teleporting. That is not Prema's secret weapon, by the way.
Gotta
It's like
or something.
so that's how you get those fast lap times.
Yes, he lagged to the front.
But that can really unsettle a driver when you've passed somebody like Oliver did there, and then he teleports right in front of you again. So great job there by Oliver keeping his cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've had many incidents like that where it just throws you off completely, and you might lose the car as well when something like that happens.
Mohammed currently in third place. Great job here by Mohammed.
Yeah,
Really
no,
aggressive
definitely.
as always, and he's been getting the fruits from his labors through the season. Currently in third place.
Yeah. The Charles just got a 5-second penalty. He's obviously went into the pits already to go into the hards.
Oh, you know what?
Keeping-
He might have gotten that pit lane speed limit issue. And obviously this being his debut race, he hasn't gotten used to the manual pit limit just yet.
That's correct, yes. So he's got that 5-second penalty, and obviously the other guys, everyone on hards, already getting past him now.
As Charles gets out just behind Oliver, no, just behind Ockett actually.
Okay. Who was that though? It was Josh that spun out there. Rafael is just putting it down right now, obviously trying to capitalize on the
Lap 7,
let's
and
start
Josh is
from-
already a lap behind everybody else.
Yeah, he's really struggling. Hey, I mean, Bahrain, Josh was doing brilliantly well. I think he got 5th position in the feature race at Bahrain, and he's just been struggling. Oh, we see V spinning out again, really struggling with the F2 cars, it seems.
Yeah, these cars can get unsettled so quickly if you're just a little bit too hard on the braking or just a little bit too quick on the throttle. You need to
That's
really
correct, yes.
be gradual with your application of the brake and the throttle coming out of corners.
Yeah, we see Dennis made his way up all the way into 3rd position now. Well done.
Oh, and somebody's
Ooh,
spinning. Oh, Oliver spun out just behind him there.
That's unfortunate. It's going to give Harvey the opportunity to get into.
And,
After
obviously
risking another
giving
penalty.
chase on Dennis there and pushing really hard. Little mistakes like that are going to creep in. But looks like he's
Definitely.
managed to salvage the situation. He
does
hasn't
seem like
lost the
that.
position, but although he has lost about 3 seconds on Dennis.
Yes.
So great job on Oliver not putting it into the wall at least.
Yeah. Dennis is really gunning for it now. mean, if
I
he can get-
am secretly having a party inside. I mean, I've currently got my drivers in P1 and P3. This is fantastic for Prema.
Definitely. I mean, even with Dennis starting all the way from 13th position, I mean, just he did so well. Just from the start from the grid, he gained 4 positions or 3 positions already.
Yeah, and Dennis
So
is
he-
also one of those drivers that has not missed a single race. He's just very dependable, always there, always doing the grind.
Definitely, yes.
So that's what team principals are always looking for. You might not be the fastest, but if you pitch up every single race, you have an opportunity to get some points, and that's always more valuable than a fast guy that's not showing up.
Correct. See, I've made my way up into to be just behind Ockett, chasing him down now.
That's really good because you were down at about 10th place, 9th or 10th place, so you've done really
I think
well
I've
down
jumped
there.
to 12th position
Yeah, so
after that. And
at the moment, if you do not improve on your current position, you'll start the sprint race in first place.
that's correct.
But I don't see that you will be satisfied staying in 8th place. I'll definitely, and not being this close to Ockett, I think you'll definitely try and challenge him at least for another position or two. I don't think you're going to be able to catch Charlie. He's very quick, but you never know. You also have the pace, so...
Yeah, but Charles already has the pit where I still need to go for a pit. So even if I do manage to
great
catch him,
move there. Takes the inside line, but Ockett
keeps Ockett
defends.
inside.
Great job there by Ockett. You're having another sneaky look.
there There we
just
go.
grabbing that inside, really doing well. Great battle here. Orchid's trying his best, but he's decided to defend the outside line, so he gets a little bit more pace as you see that being transitioned into more exiting speed out of the corner there. You again opting to the inside line, but he closes that door on you. Well, amazing battle there. Great job there, Orchid.
Yeah, Orchid was the defense from Orchid was just brilliant. And I think right now, yeah, it was just like, okay, DRS zone coming up, and let's try and hunt him down there.
Try
I must say,
again.
I must say, Orchid has really improved quite a lot from the previous races.
Yeah, Orchid, I
I know
know Orchid really enjoys these battles. So like that's his bread and butter.
But the same with me. I also love these battles.
So right now you're kind of sussing him out, seeing what he does around which corners and where you have the advantage over him.
That's
to
great.
kind of plan out your next attack on him. So you're trying to see
great.
if you can get as close as you can here for the final stretch. Obviously trying to be within that 1 second for DRS. It seems you've done that at least. He's starting to, he knows he needs to defend that inside line, but he's currently on the outside.
Let's see if he goes for that. No, he doesn't
Still
go for the
decides
inside.
to rather stay with the outside line. And I think this is going to let you go by. It looks like you managed to pull the move.
It does seem like that, yes.
Yeah, you were carrying just a little bit too much speed, and I think Orchid also realized that, you know, he was just going to compromise himself if he tried to defend the inside line.
That's possible.
Yeah, the DRS gives you a considerable advantage coming down that straight.
That's correct. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 14 kilometers per hour quicker.
Wow. Charles currently chasing up on Harvey here.
Yeah,
Now also on the hard, so we should see him good till the end of the race at least.
definitely. Yeah, let's see what he can do. Very on top of Harvey right there.
Yeah, very aggressive, but still clean.
Yeah, but it's going to be very close on that DRS zone coming from the home for the home straight.
Yeah, he should have the advantage as Harvey started out on those tires, so those are both are on hards, but Harvey has worn tires.
That's correct.
That was a bit of a tongue twister. I almost had a brain fart.
It happens. Let's see.
And there we
See
go,
if Harvey goes on the
DRS.
inside. Beautifully done. Yeah, no, he just had the speed there. Ooh, Harvey. Let's see, Harvey almost had a little sneaky peek there on the inside again. As soon as, but
Harvey's
he's
going to have a
right on
hard
top.
time to keep up with Charles here. As you know, even if
Yeah.
he's pushing hard, he's just not going to be able to apply the same amount of power and have the same amount of grip through corners.
That's correct. But one thing he does have is some slipstream from Charles right now, and that does help quite a little bit.
It's true. As we see, just 4 guys have made a stop. V has actually retired from the race. We missed that.
Yeah, we did.
That's very unfortunate. You know, he obviously had the pace to be a top 5 finish, but
Yes.
he's just had very bad luck. And
That's correct.
and you know, I'll be bold and I'll say that might be as a result of a lack of preparation. Because
It's
usually when you
possible.
see guys make constant mistakes, you know, everybody makes mistakes, but when you see guys usually make mistake after mistake after mistake, it usually implies that you didn't really put in that much track work.
That's correct. We see actually Rafael went into the pits right now, and Mohammed is not opting for a pit, giving him the first position right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing Dennis as well. Obviously, you guys couldn't have a double pit situation there, so that puts Dennis in second position, and it's going to give him the opportunity to try and hunt down Mohammed now. Charles back into third position. Well done there. That undercut there did help him a little bit get in front of Rafael again.
Yeah, just to add to
But
my
now-
point from before as well, you really can't use a race as practice. That's just
No.
that's just going to be, you know, that's going to backfire all day long. But yeah,
That's correct.
Ruan, I'm very happy with how my loses a little bit there, Charles. But I'm really happy with how my Prema guys are shaping up. We're currently in P2 and P4, so this is a very strong finish if my guys can carry on. Dennis is...
Definitely, but-
Oh, that's Rafael. Very aggressive on the back of Charles now. Obviously, him being on the faster compound.
Yes, faster and fresher, so
Yeah.
he's definitely gonna have the upper hand against Charles right now. And
Yeah.
see Dennis coming in the straight here.
Oh, that's interesting. He decides to opt for the outside and switches back into the inside line. But Charles doing really good on the defense at the moment.
He is doing very well.
I expect we should see Rafael move past him on the finishing straight. He is definitely close enough at the moment. He's not having a hard time sticking to Charles.
Definitely. I must give it to Muhammad though. He's just keeping an 8-second gap between him and Dennis, even though Dennis is very quick. And Rafael makes the move. Let's see if he's gonna get it, and he makes it stick.
Oh, and Harvey scored a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So another debut driver that's gotten caught out by the pit lanes.
Yeah.
Great job there by Rafael. Fantastic debut race so far for him. And he's now chasing up on Dennis, who's still yet to pit.
Yes.
I expect Dennis would probably move out of the way of Rafael. I'm guessing, obviously with Rafael being on the faster compound. And as I said that, Dennis does that.
He's obviously that's a brilliant strategy because now Dennis can defend against Charles a little bit and push him back, giving Rafael more of a gap now.
Exactly, helps to build the buffer between Charles and Rafael. Great teamwork there, and Dennis is definitely not just going to have Charles have this.
No, and Charles.
Look at that side by side, and Dennis is not done defending just yet.
No.
Well
Dennis
done.
Dennis is brilliant at defending. I've tried to get past him like this. He's like a brick wall. You can't get past him, and then he goes into the pits.
Even though he knew he was going to pit, he was like, "No, Charles, you're not just going to have it. You have to.
Exactly.
You have to earn it."
Giving Rafael just got the fastest lap there on those new softs that he got.
And Mohammed's in the pits now as well.
Yeah.
We should see him exit as he's just about left his pit lane there now, making his way out.
Yeah, obviously these pit stops being much slower than the Formula 1 pit stops. Now Rafael's got a 3-second gap between him and Charles with newer, softer compound.
I would expect Rafael to at least keep the lead now, unless he makes any mistakes. But with 5 laps or so left, him being on the faster compound, I doubt Charles would catch him. Given other than maybe Rafael making a mistake, other than that, he should have the pace to win this.
That's great. But Charles also has a 3-second penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, currently Rafael is the only one out of the top 6 that has not gotten a penalty.
Yeah.
And then Ruan, you're still keeping your race nice and clean. Well done, and Ockett also.
Yeah, and Jamie as well.
Yeah, and Dylan. So just 4 drivers that don't have penalties.
I think Dylan got a 5-second penalty the previous time he pitted. If I'm not mistaken. He got a pit lane entry, 5-second penalty.
I think that wasn't that Harvey? I believe that was Harvey.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
I'll be right back, Ruan.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so guys, so we're on board with Dylan here. Back with Charles and Rafael, the front runners right now. Charles is doing brilliantly well to actually, on an older compound, keeping a just over 3 seconds gap between him and Rafael. It just shows the pace that Charles is actually having. But Rafael just having his way now, no one in front of him, so he's got clean air, just pushing hard right now. It's going to be exciting to see if Charles can actually try and pull him in a little bit. Maybe Rafael might make a mistake, giving Charles the opportunity to capitalize on that. But as you can see, it keeps on 3.3 seconds to 3.5 seconds. That's what the gap is between these two. And like I said, Charles has got a lot older compound hard tires right now. A little bit of a lockup there from Rafael.
He's still pushing very hard though, even though he's in the front. He's still gunning it.
Yeah, definitely. Ocker just scored himself a 3-second penalty there. We're just talking about the penalties, and he kept it clean up until
Yeah.
now.
So obviously Rafael's eager to impress the team boss, with his debut race, and he's really done that.
Exactly. It does seem like someone went off. It does seem like Ocker had lost it. Oliver lost it, actually.
Dennis
Oliver
has
lost
just
it.
moved past Oliver there now for fourth place.
Yeah. Like I just said, Charles is doing really, really well. He's not the gap between him and Rafael keeps about being around 3.5 seconds. I mean, he's on a harder, older compound as well. But Charles has got an 8-second penalty to his name as well. That's gonna cost him.
Yeah, we see Dennis now on 3 second penalty, Mohammed on 6 second penalty. So, yeah, I don't know if there's enough laps left for Dennis to really catch Mohammed.
That's correct. We actually saw Ockett getting past me again. It seems he's back into seventh position, and I'm in eighth. I don't know if I had a little bit of an incident again.
You've been closely followed by Reese there.
Yeah.
Both
It
on
does
the
seem.
soft tires.
Yeah, and I've got a 6-second gap between me and Ockett right now. So I've got quite a lot of time to try and make up now.
It does imply that you made some sort of mistake.
It does seem that way. Yes, it had to be. Harvey and is really pushing hard to get past Oliver now. Oliver defending on the outside. Let's see what's going to happen here. Right on top of him, almost pushing him off the road.
Yeah, Harvey's
got-
in a hurry to get back to where he was.
Definitely, yeah. Let's see what he can do. Oh,
I just love the paint job on these, Red Bull and Carlin cars. They
Yeah, I like it as well.
right
Nice.
up on Oliver there as Harvey now moves to the inside. Oh,
Let's see.
okay. See that
Wow,
you
that
can't
was-
you can't do that though, because when defending, you need to choose a line to defend, whether that's the outside line or the inside line. And once you've decided on a line, you need to stick to it. Once the other driver has gotten next to your rear tires, you can no longer make line adjustments. So I do believe we will probably end up seeing Oliver penalized for that move there.
It does seem like that, yeah. Yeah, he didn't make one defensive move. That was a constant move towards the right.
That's correct.
But what's exciting, we're still having quite good battles right now, even if it's the second last lap. I mean, Harvey and Ockert Harvey and Oliver are just pushing hard now.
And with Oliver's 9 second penalties to Harvey's 5 seconds, if Harvey just stays behind him like he is now, he'll actually end up ahead of Oliver anyways.
That's correct.
But as we always say, the guys want to win it out on track.
Yeah. You want that extra position. It's you want it there. You don't want it on the leaderboard afterwards.
Yeah. No, it just
See,
must be.
man.
Oh, he
no,
just
that's
touches the back end there of Oliver, and that actually unsettles the car completely.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, now that does put Harvey 3 seconds behind Oliver. He actually didn't end up losing that much time, but still, a couple of seconds can feel like a lifetime.
No, definitely. Especially if both guys are quite equally paced, and you've got the DRS behind him to catch him up.
Yeah.
To try and make up, to try and get into 1 second again, it's just it takes 3 to 4 to 5 laps, and we don't have that left anymore. We've got 1.5, 2 laps left maybe.
So, Ruan, you're currently in 8th place. Do you think you're going to have enough time to be able to catch Ockett in 7th? You're only 1.6 seconds behind him with 1 lap left.
Yeah, it does seem like, because 2 laps ago on lap 17, I was 6 seconds behind him. So it does seem like I've got the pace to catch him.
And
I'm probably
Ruan, Reese has gone off there through Sector 1. He's just gotten back on track now. And that's cost him about 12 seconds to you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
As we see Charles now catching up on the back of Reese here.
Yeah. See, even for the last 6-7 laps, Charles has just been able to keep that gap between him and Rafael at 3 seconds. Even though he still has that 8-second penalty, I mean, even if he gets past Rafael's still going to get that.
It's amazing to see that the gap between Rafael and Charles is only 3 seconds.
Yeah. But obviously, Rafael's tires are getting worn out now, so that just keeps Charles in the attack position. I'm actually going to try and make a move probably on Ockett again here.
And
Ockett already moving on the inside. I get past him.
defending.
That was easy.
And going around the outside. That's a great move there, Ron.
Thank you. Now I've got to make up
Harvey has gotten past Oliver somehow.
Ooh, yeah.
He must be relieved. That battle was carrying on for a couple of laps. And
Charles just got another 5-second penalty.
Unserved penalty.
So that's going to give him, what, a 13 seconds in total.
Sheesh.
That still gives him second position, though.
I wonder if that's actually going to change his overall finish position once all the steward requests and all of that stuff has been applied.
It is a possibility, eh? Mohammed, like we said earlier, did really well. He actually kept Dennis at bay as well. Still 7-0. It seems like Mohammed made a mistake or something there. Oh, no, sorry. It was the penalties that came through. So, yeah, Dennis ending up in 4th position all the way from 13th. I would opt myself. I would say Dennis driver of the day for this race.
Yeah,
coming back from 13th position.
That was if he wins driver of the day, that would be his second driver of the day.
Yes. I'm inside Oliver's 9-second penalty now, so that means I might start from I might get that 6th position. Oliver definitely made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, you had a pretty good drive back as well. I mean, from 12 to 6, so it'll be between you and Dennis, I believe, in my opinion, for driver of the day.
No, that's definitely Dennis's one day, up from 13th up until 4th place. Now this is his. But yeah, I did get 6th position there from Oliver with these penalties.
There we go. As we see Rafael take his debut race win as well. And Dennis scoring driver of the day. So, really great showing here in the feature race from the Prima boys, scoring a P1 and P4, almost a double podium.
But well done to Rafael, Charles, and Mohammed for these podiums. Brilliantly done, guys.
Great job. And congratulations to Mohammed, as always, showing that he's got the pace to stick with these guys.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So with Mohammed finishing a little bit higher than you, that means he's caught up to second place now, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. That's gonna help him a lot now. Yeah, we see Prima Racing taking first position with Rafael there, Charles in second place, Mohammed in third place. But also Rafael scored fastest lap, so extra points for him there.
Yeah,
and then we've got Dennis in Prima 4th, Harvey 5th, myself in 6th position, Oliver and Ockett in 7th and 8th position. We've got another MP Motorsport Reese, my teammate, in 9th.
Yeah, so that's a total of 39 points for Prima in the first feature race. So that's going to help them a lot with their chase to try and catch MP Motorsports.
Definitely, yeah. That's going to be well done. Jeez.
So we should see you start in, I think it's first or second here in the second? Third position.
Yes, because I took 6th position with...
right at the end there, right.
Yeah.
So, Ruan, we should see you do really well in the sprint race here, though.
It does seem like that, because I did set my qualifying time on the hards, so that means I'm gonna have the softs for the sprint race, and starting in top 3 as well. It's gonna give me a big edge.
But we also need to keep an eye on Dennis, who has now a better starting position for the sprint race compared to the feature race.
Definitely. So I'm gonna have my hands full with the Prima guys probably.
Rafael will start in 8th place, so it'll be interesting to see how he does fighting through the guys ahead of him.
Yeah, so you can see the starting grid is Ockett, Oliver, myself, Harvey, Dennis, Muhammad, Charles, Raphael, and that's where the grid changes. The reverse
Yeah,
grid
top two
stopped.
are both high-tech team.
That's
Ockett and
correct.
Oliver
Yeah,
are both for high-tech.
yeah. So that puts them in a great advantage right now.
It's interesting to see some people take the formation lap quite quickly and other people take their time with the formation lap.
Yes. So you can see the who's in the front. It's looks like myself, Harvey, and Ockett in the front there, pulling away from these guys. Three of us very close to each other right
Very
there.
close, yes, indeed. Must be careful not to make contact.
Yeah.
Because if you do
Then
make
it,
contact, you just get disqualified from the formation lap, and then that puts you back on the starting grid with colder tires than the rest of the grid, and that
yeah,
can really cost you.
yeah, I think Dennis thinks it's a race. He's just, I think if he probably is thinking that if he can get in front of these oaks, he's going to get a better grid position.
I think he's just eager to get things going.
No, most probably is. Yeah, we're seeing already three guys being disqualified: Dylan, V, and Josh. And it's so important this formation lap for the tires heat. You really don't want to start these cars on on cold tires. I see Muhammad as well on the softs. The guys are forming up on the grid. Last to join the grid will be Jamie Jacobs, and then the sprint race will start. We can see it's 7 laps only, so no pit stops for this. It's usually quite a quick race, very action-packed as well. So you see Jamie joining the grid now. Last to join in 11th position. Obviously, V and Josh behind him, but they were disqualified. Probably made some contact with each other, most likely. So let's get this started.
All
3
right.
lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we
Oh, a
are
couple of jump
lights
starts
out.
there. Did you see that? I saw at least three
Yeah,
guys, Race, V, and Dylan, all jumping the start there.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, I'm already in second position. Took a position there from Oliver. It seems like Oliver had a bad start.
Great start,
And
everyone. And there we go, first place.
there
You
we
got around the
go.
outside of Ockett. Oh, and we got one of the Carlin guys, looks like Harvey, that got spun around.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But you
Yeah,
are
the soft
gunning it now at the moment, hey?
yeah, the soft compounds really helped get around the corner quicker.
Nobody currently keeping up with your pace.
Obviously, with the future race that I had such a bad race, I needed to make up some points on this race.
So we got your teammate down in 8th place. We got the Prema boys in P4 and P6 at the moment. So if you get the victory here, that'll really help the constructor battle.
Definitely. We actually saw Reese just move back into 7th position, so he just took it. Seems like V spun out or made a mistake.
Yeah, and he got
See,
past Charles, which is great. Oh, and then Charles gets right back past Reese there.
yeah, so we can see Reese got the pace. I mean, taking on Charles there is quite a big job. Charles just took second place in the feature race, so Reese
Oh,
definitely
and
has the
Reese
pace.
drops down again. He
Oh,
just makes too many mistakes.
it does seem like that. Yeah, it seems like he spun out in the last part of sector 3.
And we see a couple of penalties being handed out there. Couple for
Yeah.
corner cutting, etc. Dennis has also lost his position, so something
Oh,
happened at the back there.
it does. I think him and Reese maybe had some contact. It does seem like both of them spun out. There we
Raphael's
go.
now moved past V into 3rd place. So we got the
Yeah,
Dams boys doing well in the sprint race on second and fourth.
definitely. I mean, Mohammed is coming in for another podium in the second race now, as well as he's in second position right now.
I hope V actually manages to finish this race. I'm hoping for a good finish.
Oh
Oh,
no!
commentator's curse. I'm sorry, V.
Why did we say that?
And we see him get dropped down as the car is obviously very damaged right now. Oh, that
Yeah.
is so heartbreaking because you can clearly see he's got the pace.
Yes, no, for sure. We see Rafael behind Mohammed. Um, Hopefully Mohammed can keep him there. Trying to defend, I need some time to create a bigger gap. This guy's fast.
Yeah, he's very fast. If he can get past Mohammed, who's doing a great job defending from him at the moment, but he's on hard tires where you are currently on the soft tires.
That's great.
But he will have his job cut out to kind of catch up to you at the moment.
Yes, but Mohammed's also going on the soft, and I
So
think
Mohammed
that's
defending
going to
the
help him.
outside line there. Great
Yeah.
choice to rather do that. Mohammed on the faster compound also. So he goes for the
Oh,
outside
what a
line.
move!
Look at the
What a move.
experience being shown here by Rafael. It's like he reads what the opponent does so well and then adapts so quickly.
That's correct. But Mohammed not letting up. He's got the faster comp, but he's just went wide, and that's going to cost him.
Yeah, obviously, once you get past like that, it's a little
Yes.
unsettling.
Definitely. And now I've got to worry about Rafael being such a quick driver. I mean, Josh just scoring himself a 2-second penalty
So
again for multiple
just
warnings.
just after Rafael got past Mohammed, he was on 3.9 seconds. He's already gained 0.2 of a second on you.
Exactly. This guy is so quick. And I'm on the quicker compound as well. Obviously, now I'm going to have to push hard. 7 laps is like the maximum on these tires, on these soft tires around this track. So trying to keep this guy at bay is going to be very difficult for me right now.
So
Already.
since he's gotten past Mohammed, he's dropped your gap to about half a second at least.
Yes, no. Half a second. Yeah, so it's about a second a lap. And he's got 4 laps left, so he might be able to catch me
Oh,
if I don't
wow.
pull up my socks.
Yeah, you can see he's driving the wheels off this car at the moment.
Yeah. Setting a fastest lap with a 1:28.964 on hards.
Sheesh. Harvey doing really well too. Oh, and he gets just too eager into that corner and he gets spun around again. Doing
That
all
corner
that
can
work
bite
to
hard.
move back into, what was that, 6th place and then
Yeah.
loses the back end.
We see Charles up in 3rd position again. Dennis fighting hard against the Ockett and Oliver right now.
Yeah, high-tech sandwich there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
little bit of wheel bumping there, and he gets turned around. That was definitely Dennis's fault. He was a little bit too
Yeah.
aggressive with that move. That was
Luckily for him,
that was a non-existent pass there, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I have
no.
to say.
luckily for Oliver and Ockett, it didn't affect them too much.
Do you think they're working together at the moment? Because it does look that way.
It does seem to be that.
But look how
Yeah, working.
what an awesome race Ockett is having at the moment. He's keeping pace with Oliver, and that's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good to see Ockett back in top form again. I mean, I've always liked Ockett. He's a nice guy, and his driving is good, and he has just improved. I mean, we saw in China that he was really
Fastest
struggling.
lap there. Sorry to
Wow.
interrupt you, but another fastest lap by Rafael.
problem.
He's taken the gap between you and him from 3.9 seconds to 2.5 seconds within a lap.
Yeah, no, he's that guy's got the pace.
So
It'd be
you must be
interesting to
stressing
see.
right now. You must be doing the calculations at this point in time. With 2 laps left, you're currently managing to keep him at bay, but trying to do the calculations in your head. Will you have enough? Will he be able to catch you with the 2 laps remaining? This must
Yeah,
be quite
so-
stressful.
So my calculations right now, and as you're saying that, so obviously I saw that he's now 2.5 within 2 seconds from me, and he's doing about 1 second per lap. So with my calculations, I saw that he's going to catch me in lap 7, And yeah, right now my strategy was just try and keep him as far away as possible. But obviously, this guy's very, very fast.
Yeah, and obviously you drive within your own limits. You want to be fast, but you want to not make mistakes also.
Exactly, exactly.
Dennis currently
We
in
can,
8th place there, as we see him trying to chase up on Harvey.
yeah. As soon as he gets Harvey, Ockett is within striking distance as well. But Dennis is also, he's got the pace. We've
Josh
seen
moving
Josh,
wide there. Another
Raf,
fastest lap by Rafael. He's literally scored
Rafael.
fastest laps 3 laps in a row now.
Yeah, he's really pushing hard to catch me, eh?
He's one of those guys where second place is first loser.
Yes. It does seem that way, and we're almost in the second last lap. He's almost within 1 second of me already.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds the gap now. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I mean, the closer you get, the harder you push
It,
because
it does look
you
like
can
Oliver's actually catching Mohammed there. You see, he's literally taken the gap from point 0.8 to point 0.3 just within this lap already.
definitely. There we go. He just got the move on Mohammed.
Well done there, Oliver.
Now he needs to create a gap, but it does seem like Mohammed made a mistake because he just immediately dropped down to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
We already see Al within striking distance of me now.
Do you think his car might be damaged? Because he does look like he doesn't quite have the pace that he had in the first race.
It does seem, but remember these soft tires, and with me as well at the stage of the race, my tires could not keep up anymore. And Mohammed is also on the softs right now.
Yeah, so if you push them a little bit too much, and also if you put laps on the qualifying, too many qualifying laps, right? If I'm not
That's
mistaken.
that's correct. Yeah,
So
now
you
you're
start the
gonna.
race with worn tires.
Yeah, Rafael just put another fastest lap, and he managed to get past me.
Oh my word, he's actually caught you on the last lap.
Yeah, like I said, my calculations. But now I knew I just need to keep up with this guy.
This is
Hope he makes a
insane.
mistake. As you can see, these tires are go a little bit wide there. These tires are now tired.
But he's still pushing extremely hard, as you see him having a little bit of a lockup there coming into that corner. Really
Yes.
pushing the car for all that it's got. Another lockup. Tries to hug that apex there.
This is going to be exciting stuff because I've got 2 straights to slipstream off of him as well.
Oh no! You were just, the tires just could not match the grip that he was putting down.
Yeah,
And you were matching him for pace, but obviously the tires let you down there, I think.
definitely.
You're very
now
lucky
Charles.
that Charles did not capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, now Charles is within striking distance as well. I mean, but luckily we've only got a few corners left. Hopefully, I
Yeah,
can keep it at that.
because you did sustain some damage, I believe, but
Yeah.
now you can at least try and nurse it home for that second place finish.
Definitely, but well done to Rafael closing that gap there.
Yeah,
That was
double
brilliantly
victory
done.
on the debut, plus a podium, plus fastest lap in both
Definitely.
races. This is as good as a race as you could have possibly have gotten.
Yeah,
Maximum
no.
points.
Yeah, I must say to Rafael there, driver of the weekend. That was brilliantly done.
Yeah, no, lots of respect gained from my side also. Wow, what a driver I got.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely.
And also, giving chops there to my other driver, Dennis. Fantastic to come back to 7th place. I know he made a little bit of mistakes, but scoring points in both races, so great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ruan, you got 2nd place. Well done to you there. You had a great sprint race. Charles in 3rd
Thank
place.
you.
Well done. Charles did really well in both races. Oliver, 4th place, great stuff. And then Harvey, again with Harvey and Oliver, they were quite... they were battling again in this race as well. So
Yeah.
that was fantastic. And then Mohammed, 6th place. So he didn't do as great as he did in the first place, but I think his car had a little bit of damage in this one.
It does seem like
Okay,
that,
great
yes.
stuff. Also scoring the last points in the sprint race there.
Yeah, and then V in 9th position. Unfortunately, it does seem like V's struggling with these cars.
Right.
what an
so
exciting
driver
race.
of the day, who would you reckon? I would say Rafael.
So Rafael, yes.
There we
yeah,
go,
there
Rafael.
we go.
Driver of the So he scored a driver of the day award also on his debut. Wow. I think this
Yeah,
was
no,
as perfect as you could possibly ask for a debut race.
definitely. There we go. Well done, Raphael. Well done to Charles
Look
as well
forward to
for
seeing
another
him in
podium.
tomorrow's F1 race, as he's going to be standing in for us as a reserve in that race also.
Oh wow, that's going to be interesting because he's got the pace to keep up with the big guys like Pedro Barbosa and Anthony and those oaks.
Oh, absolutely. And with our other debut driver, that our other new driver that you guys will see in the tomorrow's F1 race. So yeah, exciting stuff. Fantastic weekend for Prema, who's definitely closed the gap to MP Motorsports, and dare I say, maybe even have passed them.
It is possible, yes, it's highly possible with Rafael scoring as much points as he did, and Dennis as well for these two races.
Yeah, I think Dennis is relieved. You know, he's been carrying the Prema team all season long by himself. So
Yeah,
fantastic work there by the guys there. All right, so let's quickly have a look here at the final standings, and this is now after the all the steward requests and stuff have been taken into account. Ruan, do you want to quickly run us through this?
100%. We've got in the feature race, we've got Rafael Martins with 27 points, so scoring the fastest lap as well, meaning extra points for him. We've got Charles Clark with 18 points, Muhammad and third with 15. We've got Dennis with 12 points, Harvey with 10, myself with 8, Oliver and 6 points, Ockett with 4 points, Reese with 2, Dylan Anthony with scoring the last points, and then 11, 12, and 13 we've got Jamie V and Josh. For the sprint race, we've got Rafael again with the fastest lap again. Then we've got myself in second position, Charles now in third position, Oliver in fourth, Mohammed in fifth, Dennis in sixth position. We've got Harvey in seventh, Ockett in eighth, and that's the last. Eighth position is the last position to score any points.
Yeah. So yeah, driver of the day, Dennis and Rafael for the two
Yeah.
races. Fantastic works.
What?
They're both for Prema. So fantastic weekend for the Prema on F2.
Definitely, yeah. No, they had a brilliant weekend.
All right. So now we're going to quickly run through the leaderboards again.
100%. So this is the final standings, if I'm not mistaken.
This is
There
the
we
current
go.
standings as they are after round 4 of Spain.
Okay,
So
100%.
we currently see Dennis still leading the championship,
Yeah,
and closely followed 13 points behind. Ruan, you're really gunning it this season, eh?
yeah, I'm pushing hard. Trying to improve myself, obviously.
Okay, and then run through the rest of the guys there for us quickly.
100%. And we've got Mohammed still in third position, 68 points. Followed closely on his debut is Charles now for HWA, only 6 points behind him. Oliver not far behind as well, on 58 points in sixth position. Then we've got Rafael, another debut. I mean, this is also his first race, 48 points. That's brilliantly done. We've got Tristan Thomas on 43 points. We've got Alejandro that has now been promoted to F1, still in top 10 position, 41 points. Then we've got Jack, it's my team principal from MP Motorsports on 30 points. Then we've got Jasper Sinige in for Univirtuosi on 27 points.
I think I made a mistake. I think Charles might have actually scored points already because him being on 62 points, he obviously has raced before. So
That
maybe
it
I
does.
Yeah, maybe I made a little bit of a mistake with the commentary, but I mean, I can't keep track of all the stats in my mind.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Charles made his debut in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so currently that's page 2 for us.
Yeah, so Reese, another MP Motorsports on 20 points. Tied up with Arnoldus Ecklerus for Carlin on 20 points. Then we've got Ockett for High Tech on 17. And we've got the Carlin, Harvey Cummings on 16 points. We've got Adrian de Kivit for ART Grand Prix on 15. And we've got the second, another driver for HWA Racing, Josh Knott on 10 points. We've got V on 4 points only. It does seem like he's really struggling lately. We've got Khalifa Almarar with 4 points for Charouz. Then we've got yourself, Quinton, for Prema on 4 points, and Jamie Jacobs for Univirtuosi on 3 points as well.
Okay, and now to bring up the last page.
Page. There we go. So we've only got 2 drivers on the last page. We've got Enrico Fracasso, also for Univirtuosi on 2 points, and Dylan Anthony making his debut with 1 point.
Great stuff. And now, as the look at the team standings, it does look like Prema has actually passed MP Motorsports on the constructor tables for the F2 season.
Well done. Yeah, you guys had a brilliant weekend with the F2 right now. I mean, we were like 30 points ahead of you guys, and you guys just managed to, I mean, that's 15 points ahead now. That's a lot of points to try and make up.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better showing by my guys. That was really a great weekend. So
Yeah,
no, it does look like the top two teams are currently running away with it a little bit. As Prema is currently almost on double the points that High Tech is on. But for midfield, we've got High Tech, Dams, and HWA Racing, with High Tech leading the bunch there in the midfield.
Yeah.
Now at the bottom half of the standings, we've got Charus on 45 and competing closely there with Compost, so that's only 2 points behind. Currently, Carlin also did a better showing this weekend, so we should see them starting to make possibly a bit of a comeback, as I know that Harvey has recruited a couple of new people as well now. So
Right.
possibly we'll see a comeback from Colin's side, which would be fantastic for this league as well. Then we've got Universiosi, who's kind of struggling in this league, as their counterparts in the F1 league are, doing a lot better, the Renault team. So then we've got ART to close off the standings. They are currently the team that struggled the most this season. And that's it.
Why is that, Quentin? Is it because they don't have drivers, or
Yeah,
are the guys
it's
just
pretty
struggling
much
overall?
just not showing up for races. You can't score points if you're
Okay.
not showing up for races.
That's correct. That's
And
correct.
I believe that they also had an issue where their team principal had to be replaced, and recently got replaced by Bailey, who decided to stand in and will manage the team for the remainder of the season.
Okay, that's
So
great
maybe with the leadership of Bailey, we'll hopefully see the team being turned around. But yeah, that's it for the evening's presentation, guys. And you have a good evening, and I hope you guys enjoyed the race. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Fearless. Yeah.